What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Trainwreck Postgame radio show here, as it is a Bills victory postgame show. The Bills defeat the Raiders 38-10 in a game where everything felt right, guys, didn't it? Everything felt right. Everything felt like a get-right game from a lot of different ways. We'll talk it all through here in a postgame show. This is the first time we've done this, so we're going to do it in a radio format. So if you have questions or thoughts, if you're on YouTube, throw them in the YouTube comment section, and I'll go through them. Or check on Pay the Bills pod or Trainwreck Sports on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and I'll go through your comments and stuff there too. So thanks for joining along here, and we'll start with, Josh Allen. Josh Allen got right today. Allen was masterful. He was 31 of 37, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, was in control. He was taking profits the whole game, the way I like to say it. I'm sure that he was I'm sure he had a lot of famous quarterbacks in his ear this week telling him, hey, man, you just got to sometimes take what the defense is giving you. And he did that a lot today. There was a lot of plays that he just looked in control the whole time. And I think that something we might need to remember is that the Jets might just be the Bills' kryptonite, and that defensive line it's real, man. It's a real defensive line, but the offensive line for the Bills today looked a lot better. Even against Max Crosby, they did a lot of chipping action, and Spencer Brown, he looked good against Max Crosby today. So that was an encouraging sign. Diverse use of the weapons. Let's talk about James Cook. 17 rushes, 123 yards. What a game for James Cook. I mean, that was a great performance for him, a great breakout performance. Nice performance from Dalton Kincaid, 5 catches for 43 yards, a lot of usage there. Gabe Davis, 6 catches, 92 yards. So they were using everybody to their advantage there, using all the weapons that they have. And so that was a good look from last week, because we were wondering where was number 2 receiver. Even Sean McDermott said, wow, yeah, we need that. We need a number 2 receiver. We need somebody like that to come through. And they did in a big way this time around. There was a lot of weapons open, but really it was because of 17. 17 was in control. Stephon Diggs is always open. He probably could have had a bigger game today, but 17 was in control with everybody. He was finding Knox. He was finding Kincaid. He's finding Cook out of the backfield. He finds Shakir for a touchdown, which was a surprise. Was certainly surprised to see Shakir's usage. So that was a lot of encouraging signs. Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball, though. The D-line was dominant yet again. And they have potential. When Von Miller returns, this D-line could be special, and it could be really what brings them to the promised land at the end of this season. As we look at Greg Rousseau, who, again, had another couple pressures. He had a couple tackles. They didn't really have a lot of sacks, but Milano and Bernard looking awesome, and that looking awesome behind there as a linebacker pair. Bernard looked like he was plenty capable at the middle linebacker position, but Rousseau and Oliver particularly had dominant days. Daquan Jones had a really good day too, and that D-line just controlled the trenches, made everything difficult for Jimmy G. Let's go through Jimmy G's stat line. 185, a touchdown, 2 picks, obviously a lot of pressure. They really didn't run the ball at all. 9 rushes, -2 yards for Josh Jacobs. Jacobs did some damage out of the passing game, 5 catches for 51, but it was really, Devontae Adams, some dump offs to Josh Jacobs, and that was it. Garoppolo couldn't push the ball down the field. They were getting pressure in his face. Nothing was comfortable for Jimmy G, and the guy who usually, 16 to 24, it's still not bad, but they couldn't take any chances, and the Bills were getting them right off the field. So the Bills were electric today. The Bills were on top of their game. Everything was moving the right way, and you can tell, like, maybe we just need to talk about how good the Jets defensive line did to disrupt Allen, and Allen helped it too, obviously, but I think he was terrified of that defensive line and what they were going to present to him. And this week, he just looked so much more comfortable. He had so much more time. They did a good job, like I said, of diversifying. It was a lot of the short game, and he was efficient. He took everything. He was taking 3-yard passes on first down. He's taking 4-yard chunks at a time to move them down the field and put them into position. And then they took some big strikes. There was that nice play to Diggs for the pass interference. they had the Terrell Bernard interception on the defensive side of the ball was something that was a really impressive play by Rousseau to get that tip, but good on Bernard to be in a position to take advantage and everything else there. Allen was taking profits all game. That was really the nice thing. He was just balled out, and he had a really, really good game, a really productive game, a really efficient game. And that's what everybody knew he was potential to have a big bounce back this week. He's always bounced back from these tough games. And this week he did exactly that. He bounced back in exactly the way you should expect him to bounce back, expect an elite quarterback bounce back. And he played, and rather than being the reason they lost, he was a major reason they won, but also he was just playing within the offense and the playmakers were getting out there. You look at Kincaid having 6 catches or 5 catches for, let's look at that stat line again there. Kincaid ended up with 5 catches, 43. Davis 6 for 92. Diggs 7 for 66. Cook 4 for 36. Like, that's a good mix among everybody. And you still have, there's 9 different pass catchers in this game. Gilliam had a catch. Hardy and Murray had 2 catches both times. Murray and Harris on the ground both getting touchdowns. Damian Harris 7 rushes for 33 yards. Murray 6 for 22. And Harris having the nice kick return for 41 yards too. Everybody contributed offensively as well. The defensive line, like we said, Bernard and Milano both with interceptions. That was really impressive in the game today. The defensive line is the biggest thing for me. I think that you see a lot of teams, a lot of Super Bowl teams have dominant defensive lines and be able to win in that way. And I think that the Bills, however far Josh Allen takes them, however far, this offense we think can take them, that if the D-line and if Von Miller comes back and that D-line is dominant, this team has the chance to be special. So thank you. That's the quick, rapid post-game show here on Trainwreck Sports. Bills are back. The Bills got right today. Nothing really major to report. That was a big get-right opportunity, and they got right, got back. A lot of ups will be coming. Please check out Trainwreck Sports. I'll be writing an article tomorrow, and we'll be walking through everything. And until then, go Bills. This will be up on the podcast feeds. This will be up on YouTube. The rapid reaction from Trainwreck Sports, post-game Bills. Buffalo 38, Las Vegas 10. Go enjoy some beers and go enjoy some football. We got some overtime around the rest of the league. The Ravens are about to close it out against the Bengals, and it looks like the Falcons are going to come in and take that away from the Packers, and the Chiefs are going to close out Jags. So AFC wide open, huge game tonight, obviously, in Foxborough. Patriots, Dolphins. Until then, keep it locked here for all your coverage. Trainwreck tonight, tomorrow with your big post-game show. Jake Micah. Go Bills.